So Jujutsu Kaisen is getting a prequel movie this coming winter by the looks of it. Apparently, based on what people are saying, it's gonna influence how you see season 2 and most importantly, I guess season 3. But I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen getting another anime of any sorts isn't surprising. And I had a feeling based on things like Demon Slayer's massive success and how big Jujutsu Kaisen has become, there's no way a production committee would not want to tackle and make some bank with a movie of some sorts. Do I think all of Jujutsu Kaisen will be movies going forward? Absolutely not, but could there be arcs or just the idea of the Volume 0 being perfect for a movie? Sure. And I know some people are going to be worried because with TV anime, we get simulcasts, sites like Crunchyroll, Funimation, unfortunately not Netflix, but the list goes on about those sites that will give you, within a couple of hours of it airing in Japan, you get to watch it on your screen. With anime movies, you don't get that luxury because not everyone's going to be able to fly to Japan, nor can you with the recent world issues going on. But the only reason a thing like Demon Slayer didn't get released a few months after it was released in Japan is because of COVID. Look at the My Hero Academia movies, those things come out within a few months of it airing in Japan. Funimation promotes the hell out of it to make sure that theaters across North America and things will be able to watch it. If shows like Jujutsu Kaisen or Attack on Titan gets movies, they're going to come very soon after they air in Japan in the theaters. It won't be years delay unless something in the real world truly holds it back from being an international release. So for me, I welcome a movie, and I mean, look at how good something like the TV anime looked. Imagine what, a condensed 1.5, 2 hour anime movie, Jujutsu Kaisen, pure passion, what the quality will look like and sound like in a feature-length film. I am very excited, and I'm excited to see the eventual season 2 shortly after, I imagine. Keep the buzz hot, keep Jujutsu Kaisen in everyone's minds, and pump out, some great quality with more anime. This episode had me hyped. I don't think I'll be able to be very analytical or really boil it down to things other than buzzwords, but shoot me. It's been 24 masterclass weeks of Jujutsu Kaisen greatness. I just watched Best Girl Nobra inject nails into her arm in order to do these crazy maneuvers as Best Boy Yuji comes in and knocks some shit out of basically aborted fetuses that turned rogue. This show has shown us so much craziness, and it's insane to think that the people who got to watch this weekly or are going to binge it in the coming months are about to experience a classic in the making. I don't think that's premature to say. It's crystal clear Jujutsu Kaisen, like Demon Slayer, is a hot show that is here to stay, and the quality is incredible. You can just begin to imagine when the show eventually wraps up, when the manga is officially over, and we sit back and look at this show, the same way people look back at things like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, we're gonna say, that right there is peak anime. It's action-packed, every battle is unique and different, and when they explain their powers, it doesn't feel like random info dump that's boring. As you're watching it happen, you're like, that makes so much sense. It's not just a cool looking punch. There's so much meaning behind that. Or a character telling another character their abilities in the middle of a fight is actually a way to amplify its ability to decay your opponent. This show covers every single track, and while sometimes you get that anime absurdity, Yuji and Nobra talking about the idea of taking life and how, unfortunately, that's just how it is. There's no way for us to deal with humans in a non-violent way that won't kill them. And then we get some goofiness with, Megumi and that right after. Sure, maybe the comedy won't always hit your notes, but I don't think anyone who got through 24 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen won't say that every episode was a blast to watch. I really feel that way. I mean, from the casual humor that I think really works, like someone like Megumi passing over the finger saying, hey, don't eat it, we don't know how many you can handle, and the King of Curses taking over and taking a bite out of his next power-up, to the insane animation and teamwork between these two characters as they're going up against some insanity. I mean, they're pretty much cursed that they're going to be dead in 10 to 15 minutes, and what do? Well, you play a game of chicken by literally harming yourself, giving them the same issues as you kind of prey on this brotherly love. You wouldn't think something like this would be brotherly love. You're looking at monstrosities and talking backs, and honestly, who would think in a show like Jujutsu Kaisen when you think it's just fighting supernatural curses, you'd actually feel like, yeah, I can actually feel a genuine brother connection there. And it sucks that they had to end up dead, but I mean, when you cross paths with people this powerful with a mission, and you're saying it's gonna be kill or be killed, you're gonna have to die, all things considered. And to watch how the victory happened, and just the way it continued to escalate, watching the colors and the destruction of the world. This episode, if anything, just has my mind racing on what a feature-length movie could look like. Granted, I don't know how much action is in Volume 0. There could be very little action, maybe there'll just a couple little fights, maybe there'll be a lot of action. Either way, this show looked good when the characters were standing still. This show looked amazing when the characters were bashing heads into walls or punching just aborted fetuses across the map. This show, no matter what, is going to look better in movie format. And I am excited to see new characters, maybe some old characters. I know nothing about Movie 0. I'm going to keep it that way. I want to be able to watch that thing blind and just see where it takes me. And that's what I love about this show, is that this should be, in theory, if you were to never have seen this show, saw GIFs or videos, everyone's going to be posting the fights. Everyone's going to be posting either funny meme faces or insane animation from the fights, and your probably assumption is, oh, it's a flashy show. And yes, it is. But every character I like so much. Nobra at this point has me blown away by how they took hammer and nails, something that you couldn't have said like that would be a really cool ability to me before walking into Jujutsu Kaisen. But to see how she used it and how the teamwork between her and Yuji, looking at where Yuji started off to where he is now, and still having him have to kind of swallow that hard pill of sometimes he will have to take life even though he doesn't want to. He's not that classic shonen protagonist that is like, oh, you know, I'm going to stick to my no killing rules. He unfortunately has to when you realize that the body isn't like going away because it wasn't a curse. You know, it's a hard pill to swallow, but that's what a Jujutsu sorcerer has to do. And to see like right at the end of the episode, where we're learning about who the next first grade sorcerers will be, and the obvious 5 answers are revealed, is like, it gets you excited about where the show can go in season 2, but it also has you frightened not knowing with the rise in promotion, the more deadly of opponents you're going to be tasked to face off against, and that has you terrified but also excited. It was flashy, it was drop dead gorgeous. The sound effect design was once again top notch. I love the crumbling of the cement and things like that, and the amazing OST just getting you so hyped up. Everything about it, while I knew Yuji and Nobara weren't going to die, at the same time I was wondering how far they're going to have to push themselves in order to be victorious. And to see the victory, and to see the comedy, to see everything about this episode, I feel like it perfectly represents all 24 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. Why we love this show, feeling like this is, I would honestly argue, one of the best stopping points I have seen for a 2-core anime season. It showed us so much, it explains so much, it leaves you off in a satisfying way, confirming a sequel movie, which is, yeah, a prequel, but still important for the plot, even if it wasn't necessarily needed for the second season. Every Jujutsu Kaisen fan wants to watch more, even if it's a prequel with new characters. You know you're getting season 2, and they set up the possibility of season 2 without it being a blue balls cliffhanger that leaves you off for a couple of years, because that's probably how long it's going to take for season 2. But if we get a movie at the end of this year to hold us off, keep us excited on Jujutsu Kaisen, a year after that movie we get the second season, even a year and a half, it's not going to feel like a ridiculous wait, and we're going to be satisfied by how they left us off. 10 out of 10, I think it's a perfect season. Come at me. I loved it. I really, really did. I wouldn't have changed anything. Sure, there's small little details that sometimes the humor didn't land with me, and yeah, sometimes characters can talk, and maybe I did want to see some more fights. But at the end of the day, this show made me appreciate every single aspect about it, and that has me so excited for the second season, which I hear will be even crazier than the first. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. How excited are you for that movie, and what did you think of this episode and season overall? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share your support, and hit that subscribe button if you have been new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.